The Impala, species Aepsaros melampus. An Impala is of medium size and slender build. Only the males carry the slender, well-ringed lie-shaped horns and is the only antelope with a tuft of black hair just above the ankle joint of each hind leg. They are widespread in northeastern areas of Africa, spreading northwards to Kenya. Their natural habitat is light or open savanna woodlands. They avoid open grassland unless there is scattered bush covering. They are active mainly during the cooler daylight hours, but there is some nocturnal activity. They are only territorial during the rutting season from April to early June, and a single lamb is born in early summer during November and December after a gestation period of 196 days, that is 6 to 7 months. The adult female weighs about 90 pounds and the male about 112 pounds, with an average horn length of 21 to 22 inches, and the record length is 29 4/8. The Impala is tough to hunt, as they have very good senses. They do not have a very good sense of smell, but they have a very good eyesight and good hearing. They are normally in a herd, and that makes it extremely difficult to get close to on foot. Now let's look at the shot placement. The Impala is a thin-skinned animal and therefore no heavy equipment is needed. It is better to use a lighter, faster arrow than a heavier, slower arrow because an Impala is known to string jump. When an Impala is standing broadside, always aim straight up the front leg, mid-body. As you can see on the picture, if you aim at this point, your margin of error is so much bigger. So, if you are shooting a little bit to the right, you will not hit the leg bone and still be fine. If you shoot low, you will shoot the heart, which is also a fatal shot. The following video is going to illustrate the 3 different angles that you can shoot Impala. First is the broadside shot. Which is probably the most common shot. Aim straight up the front leg, mid-body. Quartering away. This shot is aimed too much to the left. Rather aim for the opposite leg, except if the animal is very steep quartering away. When the animal is steep quartering away, rather aim between the 2 front legs. Quartering 2. Firstly, it must be stressed that this shot is not advisable and must be avoided. This shot is aimed too far to the left. On this angle, rather aim inside the V, just to the right of the scapula, mid-body. For a steep quartering shot, aim between the neck and scapula, mid-body. Very few bows will penetrate the leg bone, so it is advisable not to take this shot. As we mentioned earlier, the Impala is known to string jump. They don't do it on every occasion, so always observe the animal's behavior. You can tell just by looking at the animal in which way it will react to the sound of the shot. If the impala is tense and very jittery around the waterhole, you can always aim a little lower as illustrated by the yellow line. If the animal drops when you shoot, you will still be fine and hit the red dot of the crosshair. Should it not drop, your shot will hit the heart. The following footage will illustrate how much the impala can drop at 26 yards. Let's go and see some shots of the 2009 season.
Smoked him. Good job. Good impala. Pretty. Yes. Nice one. Okay, you can take it. It's caught in the waves. You can take it. Go between the legs.
Again, I'm using the switchback by Matthews, gold tip arrows, and 90 grain 4-blade muzzies. They do the trick every time.
They do.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, did the good shot placements there?
Oh yeah.
And aimed really low on him and ended up jumping right into the arrow and caught him through both lungs. And Stian has worked very hard this whole hunt, everything. It's just been fantastic. He's worked very hard to keep my wife Lisa happy, and I'm certainly very happy. So it's just a great day.
Oh well, got blood in it. Looks good, eh?
Yeah, it's good.
Looks good.
Nice impala, eh?
Yeah, you have to like it.
He's heavy, he's real nice.
Is it?
Yeah, that's great.
That's great, eh?
Pearson bow with Easton axis arrows, 125 grain thunderhead broadheads went right through him. So, good shot, good recovery.
The ball.
No. It's down.
Aimed low. Tight to that shoulder.
It was tight because there was not much penetration.
Hey, I'm not gonna gut shoot it.
Well, that was a dandy too.
Huh?
That was an awesome impala.
Let's go get him.
It's a hartebeest. Yeah. Clear.
Day 5, Impala Ram. I'm making it more and more challenging for Ryan each and every day. We may need all of day 8. He was quartering a little hard, and I actually hit him behind the shoulder, but didn't get the type of penetration we need, and had to follow him up for a second shot. But very happy. It's a beautiful Impala Ram, and the first Impala I've taken.
Really nice, man. Let's take him.
this pig came in and I shot him a little. I thought a quarter and away shot. He bolted forward instead of squatting, so we caught him a little bit back, but I can't say enough about those rage broadheads. Cut a giant hole all the way through him.
Perfect harsh. Perfect hard shot. Perfect hard shot. Perfect hard shot. Nice, man. Oh, we finally got our Impala.
The wind is so bad.
Yes, we've had a very tough time with the wind. Perfect hard shot. Perfect. Right where the white meets the brown. I hit him. Right there.
You didn't jump at all.
Nothing. Oh, man, it was perfect.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Oh, look at that Impala.
The Warthog, Pacucurus africanus. The warthog is the most commonly seen wild pig of the African bush. It is thought that the stiffy erect tails are used for seeing each other in the long grass, especially the little ones with their limited vision. They are dull grey in color, with a few tiny bristles along the back and flanks. The mane of long grey, brown or yellowish hair along the top of the neck and shoulders can be raised in excitement or alarm. The elongated heads have long whitish bristles on the side of the face which sprout backwards. Above the bristles and just below the eyes are large wart-like protuberances from which the animal's name is taken. Males have 4 warts and females only 2. The females have shorter tusks and smaller warts than the male. The shoulder height of the male is 30 inches, while the female reaches 26 inches. The male tusks average 8 inches, with the record reaching 24 inches. Although they prefer open grassland, they will also utilize open woodland and scrub. They live in family groups comprising the adult male, the adult female and her offspring. The females also form maternity groups consisting of females and their offspring being visited by the males when in estrus. Usually 2 to 4 piglets are born early on in the rainy season in a modified ant-bear hole, grass-lined by the mother. They are born after a gestation period of 5 months and weigh about 600 grams each. Warthogs' activity at waterholes can be observed from late morning to early afternoon. Sometimes your big males will visit the waterhole just before dark. They have an extremely good sense of smell but very poor eyesight. Often when a warthog comes into the waterhole, he will circle downwind to make sure there is no danger. If you sit at this waterhole and the warthogs are coming in without detecting you, it is a good indication that the wind direction is good for that particular waterhole. Now let's look at the shot placement. Out of all the animals featured in this video, the warthog probably have the smallest vitals and therefore a lot of hunters wound them. It is also an animal that is known to string jump, so always try to shoot a warthog when he is occupied and doing something. The warthog on this picture is a little quartering tube, but when a warthog is broadside, aim for the center of the closest front leg just below center body. The heart of the warthog is very low and well protected by the leg bone. Broadside. You can clearly see that this warthog moved back quite a lot before the arrow hit him. The shot is still vital and the warthog did not make it very far. If the warthog moved a little more, the hunter would have hit the leg bone, which would have made the chances of recovering this warthog very slim. Quartering away. In the shot, the hunter shot too high and luckily did not hit the spine. When hitting a warthog's spine, they normally drop right there, but this is definitely not the best of shots. The hunter should have shot the warthog about 3 inches lower, which would have been a much better shot placement at this angle. and quartering 2. This is an extremely quartering 2 angle and a very risky shot to take. There is only one way to make the shot, and this is perfectly illustrated in this video. If the Warthog would have been at a little bit less of an angle, the hunter would have to aim behind the leg bone in the V pocket and not in front of the bone as he did. Now let's go to the hunting field of the 2009 hunting season.
Here's your arrow. Have a look. How does it look? Man, it's covered in a lot of blood. But smell it a little. Do you smell stomach also? No. What? No. So it looks good to you? I think so. Let's hope so. Let's go look. Tracked him quite a distance. Dog just found him. We were actually on the wrong, not the wrong track, but he turned like more than 90 degrees to the left. That's when the dog got him.
I think it's going to be my first Faco. Finally, my first Faco. This is your 5th time in Africa. And it's my 5th time in Africa, but it's my first time with Dries Visser. Okay. Alright. Thank you very much. The shot looked good.
It was a really nice hunting with Visser.
You got a good penetration on him.
Yes, it was.
You shot right through him, that's good.
Yeah.
Right through the heart.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Thank you.
That's a good shot. Perfect shot, man. You're a bit nervous. Look, hold up your hands. Oh, yeah. That was perfect. You didn't go anywhere. Good, man.
Let's go check on your pig. Look at where the blind is. You must actually step it off, eh? This is what, 10 yards from the blind?
Yeah.
Can you grab him there?
Yeah.
Just pull him out for us.
Just remember, stay as close. Stay in the crease. What did you think? How was the shot? I thought it was a good shot. Huge warthog. He is really nice. Tusks, really big body. I think he's great. Yeah. He's gonna be, oh man. Let's give him a while and then we go and check it.
Awesome. He came in perfect broadside shot, drinking water on his knees. We couldn't ask for a better shot opportunity than that. A short trek later, here we are with our nice warthog.
Well, congratulations, he's really, really nice.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, you smoked him.
Thank you.
Very good shot.
Alright.
That's a monster.
That's huge.
That's definitely a monster warthog.
The one I shot yesterday was big, but this one's...
Yeah. This will be hard to beat.
Yeah.
This is like a 180, 200 class whitetail. This size warthog. You don't get those size warthogs anymore. Let's pick it up. It's covered in blood. The flitches look like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Very good. We went through here, right? Robert, we didn't even go 30 yards, man. There he is. I thought I heard him crash a lot further than this. He got himself caught up in the bush here. Yeah, he got stuck here, man. Look at that thing. Holy man.
You make a perfect shot. The warthog was slightly quarter to you. So you just put it a little bit in front of the crease. Still a little ways from the bone. Exit right behind the shoulder. You made a perfect shot. And now we still have Impala and Waterbuck left.
Yes, sir. I'm really looking forward to it. That was an amazing experience. Huge pig. Doesn't get much better than that.
You shot awesome animals so far.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Did you like it? Well, congratulations. It looks like a very nice shot.
The warthog is in the hole here. Found the warthog. Look here, a huge warthog. A huge one.
Shot him better so he didn't get it in the hole?
No, you did an excellent shot at him, man. You did an excellent shot. Congratulate, eh?
Thank you.
Bushbuck, Tragelaphus scriptus. These are a small bright chestnut to dark brown antelope much smaller than the nyala. The pronounced white bar across the chest reminds one of a clergyman's collar. They are solitary creatures dwelling singularly or in pairs. The vertical white stripes and spots on the body with 2 white patches on the throat are well-known characteristics of the bushbuck. They have broad ears, a short bushy tail that is dark above and white below. The ram has short, almost straight horns with a slight spiral and ridge. They reach a shoulder length of 32 inches and the average horn length is 14 inches and the record being 20 7/8 of an inch. An erect crest of long coarse hairs, dark brown on the shoulders and on the back of the neck, become white along the ridge of the back in the rams, but is shorter and darker in the ewes. 2 white spots on the cheeks merge with the white of the chin, and an indistinct white mark can be seen in front of each eye. They need thick cover and dense vegetation with a plentiful supply of water. Being nocturnal in nature, they are very seldom seen except early morning and late afternoons when they emerge from the dense covering to feed. They feed all night, preferring thickly wooded ravines or gullies, well-timbered kloofs and patches of forest, haunting riverbanks and streams in the denser bush. They are very strong swimmers and will take refuge in shallow water. They browse mainly leaves, shoots, seed pods and fruits, but they like sweet young grass sprouting from recently burnt areas. The young are born at any time of the year, but there are seasonal peaks that differ in other regions. One lamb is born after 180 days gestation period. Bushbuck are extremely shy around the water, and with the slightest whiff of danger, they will be gone. They do not have a strong sense of smell, but have very good eyesight and hearing. When detecting danger, they will make a distinct barking noise. Let's look at the shot placement. They are extremely fast and known for string jumping. It is a fairly small animal, thus easy to penetrate, and just like all the Tragelaphus species, they are not very tough and die easily. They have fairly big vitals compared to their body size. On a straight broadside shot, aim straight up the back of the closest front leg just below mid-body. Should the animal string jump and you aimed a little lower than mid-body, you will still hit the lungs. If he does not drop, you will hit him in the heart or just above the heart. Broadside. This is a perfect long shot. Note how much this bushbuck dropped at 15 yards, even though the arrow was traveling at 300 plus feet per second. This is mainly because the bushbuck heard the hunter when he drew his bow and he looked back to the blind. Quartering away. On this shot, the bushbuck heard the hunter again when he drew his bow, thus leading to the bushbuck dropping and the hunter hitting him too high in the shoulder, and he got minimum penetration. The correct aiming point would have been over here, but be cautious not to shoot while the bushbuck is looking at you, as this will affect your shot as in the video. And quartering 2. The shot was at 25 yards and therefore the bushbuck dropped slightly before the arrow reached him. The hunter did not get a lot of penetration, but luckily a bushbuck is not a very big animal, so the penetration was adequate. A better shot placement would have been inside the V, over here. Now let's go to the hunting field of the 2009 hunting season.
If I'd have had a compound, we'd have killed him a long time ago, but as luck had it, he finally, at long last, decided to come get a drink.
Oh yeah, these rocks are covered with blood.
What do you say, Marty? Man, that is a dandy. He is beautiful.
Well, congratulations on the nice bushbuck you shot, eh?
Thank you, sir.
Is it? Good.
Boy, was he touchy. Those baboons almost got us.
Did you bushbuck?
All right.
Oh,
yummy. Very good. Nice boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's beautiful. Good ram. Shot him with my archery research bow by PSE, carbon force arrows, and by PSE, and wasp broadheads.
There's a nice bushbuck coming in. You can get your bow ready.
Look like.
It's covered with blood.
Yeah, looks good. There's the blind there. Top of the hill. That's a nice one, eh?
Yeah.
Good shot, congratulations.
Thanks.
Me and Brad's gonna sit here for bushbuck and mountain ridgebuck, maybe a cliffspringer. So we'll see what happens today.
How's that for a bushbuck?
Big bush.
That's awesome. That was awesome. Went right through that shoulder, didn't it?
Yeah, that was an awesome bushbuck.
Yeah, that was nice.
He came in
I
quick.
couldn't believe how big he was. I'm glad you did. I he said, it's big, it's big. And then when I saw him compared to all the other ones we saw, he was huge.
Yeah.
Oh, it's covered. Yeah.
Good blood?
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's toast.
How's your broadhead looks like? Still fine.
Yeah? Yeah?
No damage.
Didn't put a hole in the tank.
He went 30 yards, man.
There's no blood.
There's no blood. I think he was running too fast. The blood didn't come out. Good shot. He crashed right there. Oh, that's a beauty.
A little high, isn't it?
Yeah, lift his head up. I want to see it. Oh man, awesome bushbuck. Nice
Great bushbuck.
body, beautiful cape. Look at his neck and horns. Old male. You see his tips is working off a little bit.
Yeah.
Very old male.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Great day. Thanks, Hein. Did an excellent job.
The Blesbok, Damaliscus bipargus philipsi. A very close relative of the Waterbuck and look a lot alike. The Blesbok being slightly larger than the Waterbuck and lighter and duller in overall coloring and missing the purple sheen and white markings of the Waterbuck, barring the white blaze on the face. They reach a shoulder height of 38 inches, weighing about 160 pounds and an average horn length of 15 inches. The record length is 20 inches. There is very little difference between male and female as both sexes carry horns. The only real difference is that the male is slightly bigger in body and have thicker horns than the female. They are primarily grassland animals, although not endangered, their numbers have been depleted over the years. The male Blesbok doesn't keep to his territory throughout the year, but territories are established toward the end of summer, just prior to the rutting season. Although true grassland grazers, they will browse a little. They are particularly fond of short sprouting grass and need fresh water. Botflies attempting to lay eggs in their nostrils irritate them, causing the characteristic shaking of the head and sneezing associated with these antelope. The peak of the lambing season is November and December, with one lamb born after a gestation period of 8 months, weighing about 15 pounds. All of the species we featured in this video, the Blesbok is probably the least smartest of them all, and therefore the easiest to walk and stalk in wooded areas. Now let's look at the shot placement. Don't let their size fool you. They can be extremely tough when not shooting correctly and could travel long distances after that. Therefore, a well-placed arrow is essential. Note that the Blesbok in picture is standing slightly quartering to. On a straight broadside shot, aim straight up the closest front leg, mid-body. Broadside. This is a perfect example of a high lung shot on a Blesbok. Quartering away. In this case, the hunter shot too far to the left, thus the arrow went into the stomach. Considering the arrow flight, the perfect shot would have been to shoot mid-body, straight between the two front legs. And quartering to. This is an example of a perfect shot on a Blesbok that is standing slightly quartering to. However, the shot would have been less risky if the closest front leg was forward and not backwards as in this video. Let's see what the hunters have done in the 2009 hunting season.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect, my man.
That was a great shot. What was the distance?
22 meters.
22.
So it's 27, 28 yards.
That was great.
Almost 30.
Excellent, excellent.
Very nice.
Good, good, good.
Thank you very much.
I followed that arrow while he was flying to the animal and it was great. Perfect. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. I think you're going good. You've only been making that noise, a lot of noise.
Yeah.
So I think it's good.
Alright.
Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, let's do.
I'm real happy with him. I think he was the biggest one in the group. Thank goodness you were there to field judge him for me, but I'm real happy with him. And he didn't go all that far.
Nah, about 120 yards. He's nice, really nice Blesbok. Congratulations on the shot.
Oh, thank you.
How did you miss him? Oh man, I missed. Good job. Thank you. Blesbok.
The Gemsbok, or Oryx, Oryx gazella, easily among the most handsome antelope in Africa with their long rapier-like horns and painted faces. They have black and white face patterns and horse-like dark brown tails contrasting with their pale bodies. Massively built and thick-necked, they have an overall greyish fawn color with a pure white face and belly. Over this fawn covering, they have very dark brown patterns on the face, legs, flanks, rump and back, often appearing black. The average shoulder height reaches 48 inches with 37-inch horns, the record horn length being 48.8 inches. The Gemsbok is confined to the arid areas of the African continent. They are extremely shy and not easily hunted, mainly because of their good eyesight and sense of smell. Although shy, they are quick with their horns when threatened. They are almost exclusively grazers, but will survive by browsing from bushes and eating small herbs. They drink regularly if water is available, but can go without water indefinitely. By digging up roots and bulbs and eating fruits, the Gemsbok acquires and stores its needed water. They are very well adapted to live in a very hot, dry environment, allowing its body temperature to rise so as not to use the precious water through sweating as most other mammals do. Gemsbok calve throughout the year, producing one offspring after 9 months gestation. Gemsbok is most probably one of the African animals that gets wounded the most. This is mainly because of bad shot placement. A Gemsbok has got a big hump on its back that can cause problems when picking the spot. When a Gemsbok is broadside, you can aim straight up the front leg, mid-body. The shoulder bones make a deep V towards the neck, and therefore you can get away with shooting straight up the leg. It is very important not to shoot below mid-body as there are no vitals low behind the shoulder. Broadside. In the shot, the hunter made a good shot. However, if you look at the angle of the arrow flight, you can see that the arrow is coming from the left side of the camera. And thus, if he aimed a little more to the left, it could have been better. Quartering away. This is an example of a textbook shot of a Gemsbok that is quartering away. You can clearly see that the hunter is aiming for the opposite leg, mid-body. Quartering 2. In the shot, the hunter was really lucky to miss the leg bone. It is very risky to shoot any other big animals this way. Should you be in a situation like this, aim a bit higher than this shot to ensure that you miss the leg bone and get enough penetration. Let's see what the hunters have done in the 2009 hunting season.
Nice bull, eh? And your hands are just shaking. Oh, congratulate.
Yeah, Steven's arrow. A lot of blood is lying down there.
Thank you, Gemsbok. Congratulate, take 5. Good, good.
And I killed him with my Matthews bow, beaming arrows with a G5 Montec broadhead. And he went about 150 yards.
Good shot. Good shot. Good shot. She's dead. Great shot. She's going down.
John, that was a great shot.
Thanks.
I don't think. We are going on John's Gemsbok track. The shot was really perfect. God couldn't do it better. There's your Gemsbok, my friend.
Nice.
He didn't went far. What, 70, 80 yards? Yeah. John, congratulations on this really, really good Gemsbok.
Thank you. Thank you. Excited about it. Been wanting one ever since the first time I've come to Africa and haven't had a chance at one until today.
You're shaking still. At least I'm shaking. All these animals, I'm shaking. That's good.
Look there. Covered in blood.
Oh yeah.
What do you say now?
I think I got this one.
You got this one, you're right, eh? Okay, let's go and look for it, eh?
Okay.
Good.
Put a good shot on him with my Matthews bow, shooting a 90 grain 4-blade Muzzy broadhead with gold tip arrows.
Right above the elbow. Right above his elbow. Right above the elbow. Perfect shot. Perfect shot. Perfect shot. Perfect shot.
Oh my god. Thank you guys so much.
Perfect shot. That was a very good shot.
Stop.
Second animal one day, what do you think? The second animal of the day.
Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
Good shot.
Thank you. Oh my god.
Hey, congratulations, Morgan. Another good shot. 2 good shots in one day.
Lift his head up. See if you can lift his head up.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to see that horn? Very good. Congratulations.
Come on
shot, but it happened kind of fast. They're incredibly wary. Had 4 of them in on us. A lot of eyes.
Bowtech Extreme VFT and Carbon Express arrows and Muzzy 75 grain broadhead did quick work on them.
The blue wildebeest, Conogaetus taurinus. The overall impression one gets from this animal is rather comical, clumsy and ungainly animal with its sloping back, thin legs and small hindquarters. They have a series of dark brown to black less prominent stripes along the neck and flanks, but stop short of the hindquarters, which are small in comparison to the muscular humped shoulders and thick neck. They have beard-like tufts beneath the chin, strongly whiskered nostrils and goat-like eyes. They are absolute grazers and will only eat short or very short grass. The male reaches 58 inches at shoulder height with an average horn length of 24 inches and weigh up to 550 pounds. The record horn length is 33 5/8 of an inch. The females reach 54 inches in height, weighing up to 400 pounds and have slender horns. The rutting season is around the month of April. One calf is born after a gestation period of 8 months, usually in November and December. Wildebeest is probably one of the toughest animals and is commonly known as the poor man's buffalo. Shot placement is very important. They have poor eyesight, good hearing and very good sense of smell. Therefore it is important to have the winding of favor when hunting wildebeest. After Gemsbok, wildebeest is probably the animals that gets wounded the most. They have small vitals relative to a big body with a big hump and low brisket. Their vitals are further forward than the Tragopelus species and therefore extreme caution should be taken when picking your spot. Note that the spine drops low and therefore you have to aim a little under mid-body. If a wildebeest is standing broadside, you can aim straight up the closest front leg, just below mid-body. Broadside. This is an example of a perfect double long shot on a broadside angle. Note that if the shot was in the bottom third on the same vertical line, it might have missed the vitals. On a broadside angle, never shoot a wildebeest behind the shoulders in the lower third. Quartering away. This is almost a perfect shot, however, it would have been a better shot placement if the hunter had aimed between the two legs. Because of the placement of the vitals on the wildebeest, a slight quarter away shot like this is probably your safest angle to shoot. Quartering 2. This is a well-placed arrow on a quartering 2 angle. If this arrow was slightly left and low, the hunter would have caught the leg bone and most probably lost his trophy. To avoid the heavy leg bones, aim straight up with the back of the closest front leg, mid-body or slightly higher than mid-body, but never shoot lower than mid-body when shooting behind the crease. Let's go and see some shots of the 2009 season.
had a lot of stomach content on it, and we waited about 2.5 hours. We got the trackers and the dogs out here, and took the shot, actually hit the bull behind the crease, which is not good for wildebeest. He traveled about 400 yards.
Trent, what do you think? I don't think he's going to go far.
I wouldn't think so.
No, I think that was a double lung shot on him.
Thank you.
Look at that. That's good. Well, I see a bright orange arrow there, my friend. I think that's your wildebeest. What a nice bull. Congratulations, great shooting.
Thank you.
2 arrows, 2 animals down. Right. Well, congratulations, my man.
Thank you.
Brainy. Man, I mean, I could just see it in his eyes. I knew he was coming. It was great. It was fantastic. Man, I really appreciate the job you and John and the general did.
I think it's great. Perfect. He's down already, I think. Perfect. Yes. Yes. He's going down. Good, good.
How does the blood look on the arrow? I don't know. It looks good.
Looks like lung bud bubbles.
Oh yeah, there's bubbles. No, it looks good. It looks good. Oh, he's nice.
Like a small Cape buffalo.
Lift his head up a little bit.
I've got a Matthews switchback at 72 pounds, and I just started shooting some range arrows, and if you can see this hole, they're amazing.
Here they come, whole line of them.
Are you ready, Paul? Yeah. Looks like the buffaloes are coming down the road. You got a big buffalo, you got these little buffalo. It's a buffalo blind. This is a buffalo blind. Alright, we'll see. Okay. Midline. Midline? Yeah. Little, like below. 3 inches below the center line in the crease. Okay. Got it. She must look at me. Yeah. Me. Me. Oh shit. Oh shit. Too far back and low. Low too. Yeah. How far behind the crease? Quite a ways. Oh really? Yeah. It was. If it was high, it was good on a wildebeest, but not. It was low. Okay, I'll look on a video now. Good shot. Good shot. Good shot. It's gonna go down. Oh man. Oh man. I did it, buddy. Shake my hand. Jeez. That was a small gap to shoot through, but you got it right on the money. It was laying 15 yards away. That rates did your job. Well, good job.
Thank you, hon. I appreciate it. Man, you knew where he was at. You knew where he was at.
Yeah.
He was in this thick stuff.
He didn't go far where we saw him last, eh?
No, he didn't. So that first shot must have hurt him at least some part.
Yeah.
Seen him laying down over there, and I had a shot him and through a hole about this big, and I made it, so I am so happy about that. And that's the thing. If you come to Dries Visser's, you know, they are a bow hunting crowd, and if you wound an animal, they do everything they can to get that animal with a bow. You know, serious bow hunters. You know, we like myself. If I shoot one with a bow and I don't, you know, I wound it or something, I really like to get it with a bow.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that.
Hammer time. Hammer time.
You didn't go as far as that Impala, did it?
That's it.
I believe I got the heart, don't you?
Yeah, you got the heart.
This is my 5th animal in 4 days with Dries and William, my PH. He's tickled with me and I'm tickled with him, so we're having a good hunt. But this one come in a little bit ago I was about 17 or 18 yards. He said there's a good wildebeest on the water. Because he was setting up a little higher, you could see better. And he said he's an old one, he's a good bull, so we pulled it off. I thought I might hit him a little bit too much in the shoulder, but at the angle and all, it got his heart, and he didn't go, what do you think, 175 yards maybe?
Did you shake a little bit? I'm still shaking. No, it's beautiful, beautiful bull. That's a beautiful. We passed one yesterday. A guy gave me a great favor because this one's beautiful. Beautiful colors.
Made the shot. Shot was just kind of back half of the lung area. And I'm shooting a Bowtech Extreme VFT. It's a 03 model. Carbon Express arrows, 75 grain muzzy. Total setup's about 375 grains.
The red hartebeest, or the Alcilapis bucelapis kama. These are surprisingly fast runners, reaching a speed of at least 40 miles per hour. They have a very good stamina and gallop, lifting all feet simultaneously. The red hartebeest is an ungainly animal with high withers and low hindquarters. The horns rise from a prominent pedicle on the top of the head and are rather crooked and upright, reaching an average length of 21 inches, the record being 28 3/8 of an inch. They reach a shoulder height of 50 inches and a mass of about 350 pounds. They have no neck mane and a short, moderately haired tail. Both sexes look alike and carry horns, but the bulls are stouter and have more massive horns. Hartebeest are grazers and take in practically no browsed material, and they can live without drinking water, obtaining their moisture through their food. The cows drop their single calves between October and December after a gestation period of 8 months, the calves being concealed until they are strong enough to move with the herd. Red hartebeest prefer to water early morning and late afternoons. This is the best time when waterhole hunting. Red hartebeests are known for not having the greatest senses, their best sense being their eyesight. The red hartebeest is not as tough as the wildebeest, but definitely tougher than kudu. They have small vitals like the wildebeest, therefore the shot placement is quite similar to that of the wildebeest. On a broadside shot, aim straight up the closest front leg just below mid-body. Most of the time a red hartebeest has a black stripe on his front leg, and the tip of this black stripe is normally a good guideline of the height you want to shoot. Broadside. This shot appears to be quartering 2, but if you look at the angle of the arrow flight, it was a broadside shot. Thus, it is a well-placed arrow. Always remember, when an animal is drinking water, the animal might lean forward, which causes the legs to move backwards. Pay attention, because this will affect your shot placement, as you then need to aim a little forward. Quartering away. Note that this animal was looking at the hunter before the shot, and therefore even at 15 yards the animal dropped considerably, which affected the shot placement. The hunter got away with a marginal shot, as this shot should have been higher and a couple inches to the right. If the shot was an inch to the left, he would have missed the vitals. And quartering 2. This is an example of poor arrow placement on a quartering 2 shot. The perfect shot on this particular angle would have been to shoot on the same height as the original shot, but just 5 inches left. Now let's go to the hunting field of the 2009 hunting season.
Perfect. Perfect. Good shot. He's dead. I should have got him. That was a perfect shot. Well done.
So he went only about 120 yards from the waterhole. On the angle you shot him, it exited right on the opposite shoulder with 38 pounds. That was a very good shot.
Hammer time. Hammer time. Good shot. Just watch him, watch him, watch him, watch him, watch him. I can't see him anymore. What did you say? Did you see blood? Blood shot out all the way out that thing. It was a good shot. Good did you see I just pulled back and then he moved and I stopped and I said, and he went back to drink and I just held it. Did you let off? No, I just held it back. It's 60 pounds, that's all you need. That was a good shot. That was a very good bull. Oh, I freaking hammered him. He's massive.
Very nice.
Very nice, huh?
Very, very heavy. Well, this was your first animal for the morning, and then an hour later you shot a Waterbuck, so we have to go and look for him too.
Yeah. That's good. There's some nice hartebeest out there. Get your boat ready. been trying to kill a Blesbok all morning. But they out there. They're still here. They're still outside here. So yes, good.
There you go, Scott, showing me. You look a little bit different than the first one this morning, eh?
Oh yes.
He's really nice.
We had a smaller bull come in, and we haven't had one come into the water hole yet. It's 5th day. And I just kept thinking, man, this is a lost opportunity. And he's telling me, no, tiny. And it couldn't be 10, 15 minutes later, and this bull walked in with 4 females and another small bull. Oh, and that's a good one.
He's really nice. You made a good shot on him.
Look at it. You can see. Huh? This much does it.
Oh, it does a trick.
Yeah, it does a trick. Look there, a lot of blood. This one we will find it.
Oh yes.
Definitely. Good, eh? Oh, good. Okay, the other one's here, but the tracks on that side.
Got a really nice bull, yeah?
Oh yeah, I'm proud of him. This is the last of my top 3 that I came. When I came, I wanted a kudu, a Gemsbok, red hartebeest. Now I got my red hartebeest, and I'm so happy. I'm ecstatic. I just don't know what to say really. It's great. I mean, I'm having a ball here at Dries Visser Safaris.
I will tell you which one has been when. This one is causing to. Oh yeah, fucking 2 more. Okay, right now. Yeah. Good shot. Good shot. Good shot. Watch him where he goes. Watch him. Thanks, man. Long time coming. Yeah, we have everything we're looking for around the water now.
Oh, that's a bloody arrow. Very good. Alright.
Well, welcome to Africa. Everything's a predator around here. We didn't even leave this animal laying out here for about an hour while we were watching some Impala come in, and we've already lost an eye off this one. It looks like maybe a vulture or a hawk got a hold of it. But nonetheless, it's a beautiful animal.
Zebra, Ikis quagga. The Burchell zebra, the most common zebra in southern Africa, has clear brownish or grey shadow stripes between the thick black stripes on the hindquarters, and they don't have the series of parallel stripes on the top of the rump and the base of the tail, and the dewlap found in the mountain zebra is absent on this species. Just as humans have different fingerprints, so no zebra stripes are exactly the same. The shoulder height is about 55 inches with a mass of 850 pounds. The gestation period is a full year, with 1 foal being born per mare. They live in groups with a lead stallion with 1 or more mares and their foals. Other stallions are pushed out and form bachelor herds. They are exclusively grass eaters and occur most plentifully in open grassy plains or in well-grassed, lightly wooded savanna or thorny bushveld. The zebra stripes are said to be used as camouflage and to confuse predators when they try to single out one animal as prey. A lot of hunters come to Africa with the perception that they do not want to shoot a zebra because it is just like a tame horse. But a zebra is most probably one of the toughest animals to get within bow range. They have extremely good senses, good eyesight, good hearing and extremely good sense of smell. Sexes are very much alike. The stallion only has a thicker neck and is more muscular built. Should you struggle to identify the stallion, it is always better to shoot the mature zebra with the smallest belly. This way, you will be sure that you are not killing the pregnant mares. As we mentioned earlier, the zebra is one of the toughest animals to get in bow range, and therefore if a zebra comes into shooting range, it is better to take the shot the first time he presents a shot. Zebras are known to come into shooting range and for no particular reason they turn around and walk away. When they come in to drink, they bunch up, leaving you with no shot because of another zebra that is behind the one that is presenting the shot. When a zebra presents a broadside shot, aim straight up the closest front leg, mid-body. Broadside. This is a fatal shot, but it could have been a little higher towards the middle of the body for perfect shot placement. Note that right on the shoulder of the zebra there is a distinct triangle in his stripe pattern, and the top point of this triangle is normally a good reference point of the height that you want to shoot. Quartering away. On a quartering away shot like this one, aim for the front part of the opposite leg at the same height. This is a perfect shot, but it is not advisable to shoot further to the right. And quartering 2. At this angle, the shot taken is too far to the right. The tip of the triangle on the stripe pattern, as discussed earlier in the quartering away shot, should have been a better shot to place the arrow. Let's go and see some shots of the 2009 season.
Going on Jesus zebra track here. The blood trail is looking really good. How does the blood look? Oh, there's a lot of blood on the arrow. Eh? What's that? There's your zebra. Great shot.
Yeah, we did it with PSE, 60 pounds and 535 grains arrow.
Oh, that's good.
And Scorpion's broadhead.
Oh yeah, and the broadhead's still perfect.
Perfect shot, perfect. Everything works perfectly well.
How was the shot? It was a good shot. It was a good shot. Very good. Congratulations. Good job. Good job. Let me see your knees. Hold out your hand. Hold out your hand. I think I'm shaking. That's perfect. Saw a lot of blood coming out when it was running, so I think it's a good shot. Have a look. Good shot, congratulations, Morgan.
Doesn't matter if it's 20 yards from the left side of the water or the right side. As soon as possible you get a shot. Because when they drink, they like to line up and you can't shoot them. If you get it past you, hit another one. So if it's on the side of the water, 25, 20 yards whacking.
Shot look good. Just watch him, watch him, watch him, watch him.
Shake my hand. It was a good shot, I think. Was center line. Was it center line it looked like? Yeah, center line. That's where I tried to aim, right behind the shoulder. Good job.
Well, there's your zebra, man. He went about what, 150 yards?
Something like that, probably, yeah.
Well, it looks like a good shot from here. Oh yeah, perfect shot.
Oh, that was a good one, wasn't it?
That's an excellent shot, right in the crease, just a little bit lower than center line. Beautiful zebra.
It is beautiful.
Well, this warthog was good for us, eh?
It was great. We got a steenbuck, we got a zebra, two very tough animals.
Very tough animals in one day, and it's only 2 o'clock.
He's done. He's done. What? What is this new seafood out there? Where is he? There. He's bleeding all over.
It's gonna go down now. When we see the zebra scatter, then we know he will. Yeah, he dropped.
He dropped down.
Because they all just ran away. They scattered.
I see one of the drop down here.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
Good shot. That was a tough one.
Yeah, that was a tough one. But I'll tell you, he went when it sunk into behind his leg. He was done.
Good penetration.
Good penetration.
Good job. Good job.
Thanks, Hein.
Well, Brad, this is a hell of a blood trail we have here. This one won't be difficult to find. I think we saw him go down over there. So let's go and look. Laying nice in the shade here a little bit. Oh, what a perfect shot. Now that's a perfect shot. Right in the crease, a little bit lower than center line. And your arrow is still fine. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you, Hein.
Beautiful, man. Nice. Good. He's huge.
He's huge.
Nice mane. Ah, he's beautiful.
Beautiful, eh?
Look at the mane. Nice big mane, all the way up. Thanks.
Congratulations, eh?
Thanks, Nico.
That's a pleasure. Nice stallion. Congratulations on this. And,
I think
again.
I shot pass through.
Yeah,
that's on one side, feathers
yeah.
on the other with my recurve.
That's right.
You gotta love it. I do that a lot. I'll look at something, I feel like I can hit it, I'll draw my bow, and my subconscious mind just knows, yeah, you can make that shot, or no, don't turn loose of the arrow. And I let the string slip away and double lunged him. He ran 85 yards.
Big stallion. Just wait there, shuffling there at the border now. Okay, there's a stallion, he's quartering away. Take him. You shot the zebra. Good. I got that one down. Good shot. That's nice quarter away shot. That's exactly what we want.
Yeah, see, that's your zebra, eh? Congratulate. Had a steep quartering away shot, and he didn't go very far. And the trackers did an excellent job because it didn't bleed much. And I shot him with my Matthews bow.
The Waterbuck, Cubus ellipsiprimus. It is a robust, heavily built antelope with a distinct ring around the tail, set by the bushmen to enable the young to follow easily. Waterbuck have thick, coarse coats, heavily made necks, short, tough, broad ears and moderately long tails. Both sexes are colored greyish or greyish-brown and are paler on the flanks with a darker abdomen and limbs. The muzzle is darker with distinct white markings around the eyes, nostrils and chin. They have a white throat fringe, which is more prominent in the bulls. The males carry an impressive pair of horns and are larger and heavier than the cows. The Waterbuck reaches a shoulder height of 50 inches, weighs about 550 pounds and have 26-inch average horns, the record horn length being 39 inches. Although they are mainly grazers, they will browse certain bush leaves and eat the fruit of the marula tree. They are usually found near water of some kind and will immediately make for the water when pursued. Waterbucks have a distinctive musky smell that is easily detected when you are in their vicinity. Calves are born at any time of the year but seems to peak in the summer in certain areas. The gestation period is 9 months, after which the calf is hidden for 3 to 4 weeks. Usually one calf is born, but occasionally they are twins. In the past, Waterbuck is the antelope that has surprised us the most. A lot of times a hunter would have made a shot that we would think is perfect just to discover that it was not a good shot and hard to find. They have a very complex vital placement. Before shooting the Waterbuck, make absolutely sure about the angle of the animal, as this might affect shot placement. When Waterbuck are standing broadside, as in this picture, it is crucial to aim straight up the closest front leg mid-body. Should you be shooting in the bottom third straight up the back of the leg, the chances of not making a vital shot is very good. This is the broadside shot. This appears to be a perfect shot, but if you look at the arrow flight, it is actually a borderline shot. In the past, we had hunters shooting Waterbuck at the same spot as this one, and we had difficulty finding the animal. At this angle, it would have been a much safer shot if the hunter had shot a couple of inches to the right. Quartering away. This is a textbook quartering away shot, as this animal only went 80 yards. The shot was mid-body and straight between the 2 front legs. Just like the Wildebeest, a quartering away shot on a Waterbuck is probably the safest way to go. And quartering 2. On this shot you can clearly see that the hunter hit the leg bone and did not get any penetration. It is extremely difficult to shoot a waterbuck in quartering 2 position like this one because of the placement of the vitals. But should you want to make this shot, you should concentrate shooting inside the V, as far forward as possible without hitting the leg bone. Now let's go to the hunting field and see what they have done in the 2009 season.
Oh yeah, it was pumping out of him. It was definitely, it was low. I was going for that middle and it was just low. But when I hit, that blood was pumping out of him, so it's a good shot.
Made a heart shot on him, a little lower than I wanted, but I could see the blood pumping out at the strike of the arrow, and he went maybe, I don't know, 100 yards from where we shot him. Was piled up, so pretty easy tracking job.
Big Waterbuck, get your bow, get your bow. Good shot.
Awesome.
Oh, that happened fast.
My whistle worked this time. It's covered in blood, man.
All the way through.
That looks like a good arrow.
It looks like a good one, doesn't it?
Let's go. The dog is following it already. Let's go.
Okay.
That was a perfect shot, looks like. Woo-hoo. This is a awesome waterbuck, man. Lift up his head, I want to see. Ah, good Paul. Very, very, very nice bull. Awesome, man.
Awesome, man. Look at that.
Old bull. You see he's white all the way to the tips.
Yep.
And if a waterbuck is white like that all the way to the tips, it means it's old. This is the good shot. That is as far as you can go forward on the animal. Because it's like 2 inches from the leg bone.
Should have tried to maybe put it right here.
Yeah, center body in the crease.
Right in there.
Then you have room to the left, room up, room low, room to the right. Well, you made an excellent shot on this waterbuck. I think this thing is at least 29 inches, this waterbuck. We can measure him quickly. This side is 29 and 6/8, man. Almost 7/8.
Thanks,
29 and 7/8.
I'm so happy.
This
I'm
is
so
a
happy.
Awesome, beautiful
he's gonna look
old
great.
bull. This is what you came for, a big waterbuck and a big wildebeest, and still what, 5 days left?
We got 5 days left.
Congratulations, man.
We'll have to watch the tape. I think it's a good shot.
I think it's a good shot too, yeah. You knelt down for a good shot, so the position was good.
This is what, the 9th day of our 10-day hunt, 7th animal. Waterbuck is one of my top animals I was wanting to get, so took us a little while, but it worked out. We got a nice bull and mature. He didn't go far, made a pretty good double lunged him, and he went maybe, what, 70 yards, 75 yards from the water, so real tickled.
hunting with the Adam Broadhead and the Bowtech Guardian. Of course, you can see the first shot was a little bit high and back, and the Waterbuck, he ran about, what do you think, 150, 200 yards and laid down. We knew it was a little bit high and back. But anyway, snuck up on him and got another shot. Perfect shot.
The greater kudu, Tragelaphus strepsiceros. The majestic antelope of wooded savanna, well known for their jumping ability, easily clearing 8-foot fences. They reach a shoulder height of 56 to 62 inches and has a mass of 600 to 700 pounds for a bull. The female averages 400 pounds and doesn't carry any horns. The average horn length is 48 inches and the record length is 73 and 7/8 inches around the curve. They are large in size with 6 to 10 vertical stripes on grey-brown hides, have large rounded ears, bushy tails and are white underneath. The bulls are more grey than the cows and calves. The bulls have a prominent mane from neck to shoulders and a fringe of longer hair on the throat and lower neck. They have a distinct white chevron stripe between the eyes with white spots on the cheeks. They can be found mainly in the northern and eastern parts of South Africa, with isolated populations in the Cape Province. They are widespread in Central Africa through East Africa to Ethiopia, Sudan and Chad. They live in wooded savanna and may occur in arid regions only if there is bush to provide cover and food. They show a preference for acacia woodland and rocky hill country. They are predominantly browsers, but they do occasionally graze. They have a mid-winter rutting period when the bulls will run with the cows and their young, while being loners otherwise. Calves are born throughout the year, but mostly during the summer months. The cow moves away from the herd to drop her calf. The gestation period is around 210 days. They prefer daylight movement, but have become nocturnal where hunting is practiced. Kudus have very good senses, especially their hearing and eyesight. They do not have such a good sense of smell, but the wind should always be considered when hunting them. A kudu will make a distinct barking noise when they detect any danger, and that is normally a dead giveaway that your hunt for that kudu is over. Kudus very seldom get shot walking and stalking because of their elusiveness and are known as Africa's grey ghost. Kudus are not as tough as most of the African animals, therefore you can get away with a marginal shot. Just like all the Tragelaphus species, their vitals sit further back. You don't have to shoot a kudu right on the shoulder, you can get away by shooting them a little further back, as long as the shot is not too low. When a kudu is standing broadside, always aim straight up the closest leg, mid-body. Kudus have white stripes on them, and the first white stripe nearest the shoulder is normally a good indication of where to aim. A good aiming point is usually between the first stripe and shoulder bone. Note that the shoulder bone on African animals make a triangular shape towards the neck, and therefore you can still shoot the animal straight up with the front leg. They don't have large ribs and are thin-skinned, so you should not be too worried about penetration. Thus, medium weight equipment will be adequate. We would suggest using any two-bladed or fixed three-bladed broadhead. Mechanicals have been used successfully, but it can limit you sometimes if you have to make angle shots. Let's look at the three most common angles to shoot kudu. The broadside shot. This shot should have been more right. As we mentioned earlier, go straight up the closest leg, mid-body. This way, should your shot be a little off, you will have room for error. Quartering away. This is an example of a perfect shot. Aim for the opposite leg mid-body. And quartering 2. This is the perfect shot because on this angle the shot was lower than mid-body, which enabled the hunter to shoot more to the right inside the V. Note, if the shot was further to the right, it would have hit the heavy leg bone and got no penetration. Therefore, the shot is very risky. Let's look at some kudu shots of the 2009 hunting season.
Yes. What do you think about it? Boring away. We'll hopefully get a good retrieval.
Oh, great kudu, eh? Congratulations. Thanks. Good. Appreciate it. That's a pleasure. Yeah. Big pleasure. Good job. The bow does it again, eh?
If you're an avid bow hunter, I would highly recommend coming. They've got excellent blinds, excellent food, excellent pHs, and I couldn't be happier.
Greg, I think the shot's not too bad. The height is good on it.
Yeah.
We didn't get a lot of penetration, but I think you got the lungs for sure on this one.
You know, I hope.
I finally got one down.
We got one down with one arrow.
Finally. Take the bullets out of your gun.
I'll do that.
Finally.
I can send my rifle back to the truck now. Pick his head up there, show him to me. He's really nice. Oh, congratulations, my man.
All right, thank you.
It's a really nice kudu. There you go, Greg. 52.5. He's really nice. I think that one will be a little bit longer, but we'll just measure him later on.
All right, we'll call that 53.
53. Congratulations, my friend.
All right,
really
thank
nice.
What do you say?
He's beautiful, man. What do you...
Excited?
Oh, yeah. You can't help it. If you quit being excited, you need to quit this game.
Ah, good. Oh, yeah, good penetration.
Yeah, that's good penetration. Look there.
All the way to the fletch.
Oh, Zaddy.
Nico, all right, all right.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man.
That's a pleasure. Good, good. Let's go, team.
Let's get it.
Big body, eh?
Hey, big fella. Everything I was looking for, Nico.
Oh, that's good.
Good bull.
Well, congratulations. Good.
It's the big bull. How does he look? One just ran off. One just ran off. Okay. Yeah, that was nice to me.
It looks like stomach. How does it smell?
That's not blood.
No blood.
Oh, I hope I didn't mess up.
Man, he cracked this one. He's dead. Look at that hole. That rage hole, eh?
That's classic rage right there.
Look at that rage. Turn his head towards me.
Man, look at
Man, look at this bull.
Wow.
What do you think about this bull?
This is it right
It's a monster, this, eh? Yeah. Alright, we're quickly gonna measure the kudu of dog. See how big it is. What's your guess?
57, 58.
Look at that.
Last this.
58 and a half.
Yes.
What did I told you?
You missed it by half inch.
Half inch. I told you got a good bull, yeah?
That's pretty good, yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. We followed him maybe 700-800 more yards, and here he is.
Good shot. Oh, check it now. He's down. Oh man. Great shot.
Got both lungs and worked out well.
It's a great one. Nice kudu. Really nice kudu.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Appreciate all your help.
Alright, pleasure is all mine.
Show me your hands.
Broke off. They go way in there. Right, let's go take a shot.
Good bull, nice bull.
I shot him with my Matthews bow and beaming arrows with the Montec G5 broadhead, and he went about 50 yards and crashed down.
Penetration? How much penetration do you think there was? Only about 8 inches. Maybe 12. Inside. Yeah. Really? And you must have eaten ribs or it. But I think it's good. I hope so. It's right on the money.
There it is, man. Awesome. Oh, what a beauty. What a beauty. Whoa. Very, very, very nice kudu. He's stepping out a little bit. On your side, he's stepping out more. Very nice skulls. It's beautiful. Well, this is an awesome kudu, man. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I think I got him perfect. We saw him walk off. It's taking him a little while to go down, but this is definitely one of the highlights of my life. Oh, this is beautiful. That's a nice bull. It's really a very nice bull. Very wide. He's going to be great on the wall. Your hand's still shaking. Oh yeah, they're still shaking.
Lumpy, there's something there. There's your kudu, George. And look at all this blood here on the grass.
Look at all that.
He bleeds really good. Oh, he is really nice. Congratulations, he's really pretty.
Thank you. This is great. This is my dream animal I came to hunt here.
He's really nice. Nice and
I can't
wide.
say enough about him. He's really wide. He's going to make a great mount.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Incredible.
Oh, he's really nice.
Incredible.
There's a nice kudu bull. Feet big. It's big, eh? Yeah. Nice one. He's stepping out. Wow.
He was not quite broadside, slightly quartering to me, and I tried to sneak it in there and it hit too far forward. The only thing we're hoping for is the artery right here in the chest, because he was really pumping out a lot of blood.
General already found it, eh? Well, congratulations,
Awesome, man.
Man, that's a nice bull.
I wasn't sure about that. Everything he said in a good bull, he's got it.
He's got it,
He's heavy, he's
Yeah.
full wide, good tip, pointing out.
Pointing out.
Been here with Dries Visser 2 days. Shot a great 24-inch Impala yesterday. Earlier this morning, shot a beautiful 9-inch Warthog, and now this 54-inch kudu. So, could not be happier. I'm gonna run out of money fast at this place.
So you satisfied today so far?
Yes.
Are you
That's
happy?
good. Yes, good.
Good, congratulations.
The eland, Tarutragus oryx. The largest living antelope, it is frequently featured in bushman paintings, and they are often recognized by a clicking noise when moving, believed to be caused by the two halves of each hoof clicking together. They have a cow-like appearance and are generally fawn or tawny colored, turning blue-grey with age. Males are about 68 inches at shoulder height and have a general mass of 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. The female is about 60 inches at shoulder height and has a body mass of 1,100 pounds. The average horn length on males are 33 inches. They occupy a wide range of habitat but show a preference for open shrub-covered plains and woodland savanna. They are predominantly browsers but occasionally eat grass. They dig for roots and bulbs with their front hooves and knock down foliage with their horns. They are independent of water but will drink when available. A single calf weighing 50 to 80 pounds is born after approximately 270 days gestation period. The calf remains hidden for the first 14 days. The calf may be dropped in any month, but there is a peak in summer. Eland bulls are almost as big as a Cape buffalo, although they do not have as thick a skin. Heavier equipment is advised to get adequate penetration. Fixed blade broadheads are definitely a better option than expandable. The big so-called blue eland bulls are extremely shy and rarely present themselves during the rainy and early winter seasons. So, if you do want an eland trophy, we would advise you to book your hunt later in the winter towards late July onwards for better success. As we mentioned earlier, the eland is an extremely large antelope and sometimes tough to penetrate. Make sure of the angle before you shoot. A quartering away or broadside shot is definitely the safest way to shoot. Eland have a big hump and deep brisket, and a lot of hunters shoot either too high or too low because of this. Aim straight up the back of the front leg, mid-body. This is the broadside shot. The hunter made a good shot. The only mistake he made was to shoot when the closest front leg was toward the back. If he waited for this leg to move forward, he would have definitely got better penetration, and then the shoulder bone would not have protected the vitals as much. Quartering away. This is a well-placed arrow. The hunter could have shot him 3 or 4 inches lower and still got the same result. Note that there is another eland behind, which is the only negative aspect of this shot. And quartering 2. Another well-placed lung shot. If the shot was about 5 inches lower and 3 to 4 inches to the right, the hunter could have shot this eland in the heart and got the same result. Now let's go to the hunting field and see what they have done in the 2009 season.
He's done. That's how you should eat.
Second eland, baby. Finally got her. Good. That was a good shot.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you think?
Number 2 eland. Good shot on this one. Watched him fall.
What's the penetration like, Glenn?
The bone.
Oh, it must have got stuck in the opposite leg. But it penetrated up to the fletching.
Penetrated to the fletchings, and it actually broke the broadhead, the chocolate on the face.
Yeah, very pretty. Good stuff. It's an old bull.
What a monster animal. His neck's huge, eh?
Yeah.
I imagine he could quiver and hurt you.
The arrow was hanging out the opposite side when he turned.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah. And I saw when he's running away, I could see blood and down the entrance.
So we're going to sneak up very slowly there and see what we can find. John, it looks like if he's down. We're going to sneak up slowly and see. It's down.
Looks like he's dead to me.
He's dead. Let's go and look.
As you say, it doesn't go 100 yards, so... Yeah. It was a little bit far back in the entrance, but buried right in the shoulder on the other side, so... We just measured him. He's 37 inches on the one side and 35.5 on the other side, which is, I'm very sure, almost a gold medal or maybe a gold medal. Very, very good eland. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect. Perfect. There it goes, there it goes.
That's so deep in here. I put it in the sweet spot.
That's perfect. That's perfect. It's right there, he's gonna go down. It's right there. He's going down.
God. That is the biggest animal I've ever shot with a bow and arrow. We made our little slam today, didn't we? That's a good
Triple today.
You bet.
We got a triple.
This is a magnificent eland. It has a very good rough. You shot him perfect. That's where you shoot an eland. Center body in the crease. You can't do better.
Not too bad.
Low shot. Sometimes if you shoot low, might be a little bit too far back. That's not good. But center body, you can't make a mistake on eland. Very good eland. Good rough. Good horns. I estimate he's about 35, 36, which is a very good eland. We hunted him 2 days. Congratulations.
Biggest animal ever shot with a bow.